Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So today we are at Apex Hospital, Rampura Fool. Today we will have views of Dr. Gurinder Singh Maan on the ongoing farmers' agitation in the states of Punjab and Haryana. It's not only the state of Punjab and Haryana, but also it's a concern of international and national level. So let's have his views. Today we are having with us a very mesmerizing personality, Dr. Gurinder Singh Maan, to share his views on farmers' agitation, which is going on all across the nation and at national level, and has become an issue of international personalities too. Everyone across the globe wants to know about what is farmers' agitation. So let's talk with Dr. Maan and have his views on farmers' agitation. Welcome to our channel, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, could you please tell us what exactly is farmers' agitation?
Actually, the Indian government has passed three laws, known as three farm laws. And the first farmers law is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act. And one is the Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act. And the third one is the Essential Commodities Act. So basically, the government has passed these three laws by saying that they will be facilitating the farmers and they will be helping the farmers in their produce and their commerce and trade activity. But actually speaking, already the farmers were being facilitated by the government, earlier governments. There was a very good market system developed in Punjab and Haryana. There was APMC markets were there, and farmers used to sell their produce at their doorstep level, and there was a good system involved where the farmers used to get the full price of their produce. But this government is basically facilitating the middleman, the big corporate houses, and those corporate houses, they will be wholly solely taking the control of these markets, and the government system which was earlier into action, that will be vanished, that will be scrapped off, and then it will be a monopoly of those corporate houses, and then they will be buying the produce at their own discretion, own price. And so the farmers knows this thing very well, that they are going to be manipulated in the next coming future. So that's why they are up against this government's legislation. Secondly, there is an Essential Commodities Act that government has brought in 2020. In 1958, the Essential Commodities Act was there, where people were forbidden from storing the essential commodities, so that there should not be any manipulation of the general public. There should not be black marketing. So that has been scrapped off. Now this 2020 Act, anybody can store the produce, anybody can sell this later on his own prescribed rates, so that all the commodities will be priced at a higher level. There will be black marketing, and the people will die of hunger. So the government has brought those laws to facilitate the big corporate houses. So they are not going to facilitate the farmers. So they know it very well. That's why they are up against this government verdict.
Okay, so is this just a concern with one state or the whole thing, the whole nation? So can you please explain, like, is it linked to Punjab and Haryana as per the government version?
No. Basically, the earlier APMC market system, or the system of the whole procuring the grains and purchasing and then storing, that was very well established in Punjab and Haryana. And the other states like UP, Bihar, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, there were not a good system of marketing over there. So the farmers of those states were very poor. The farmers of Bihar and UP, having 5 to 6 acres of land, they were coming to Punjab and Haryana, and then they were working as the laborers. So basically, the person coming from Bihar and UP he's the owner of 5 to 6 acres of land, and he's coming to Punjab or Haryana, and the farmer over here is again the owner of only 5 to 6 acres of land. So here he's working as an owner, and they're working as the laborers. So only because that mandi system, the marketing system was not well established in those states. So these people were very aware of. So rather than improving the general condition and improving the marketing system of the other states and bringing them at par with Punjab and Haryana, the government is hell bent to sabotage or bring down these farmers of Punjab and Haryana at their level. So, like instead of improving their conditions, they are going to damage the whole system, which was earlier working as a good way in Punjab and Haryana. So the Punjab and Haryana people, they started this agitation because they were at the main loss, and now the other states, Bihar, UP, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and everybody is there in Delhi because these were the states which were already at loss. They were being manipulated by the earlier governments also. So now everybody is there. It's not only a affair of Punjab or Haryana. And secondly, the media, which is pro-government, you can say, they started labeling them as Khalistanis. They started labeling them as terrorists or something like that. It's all. It was a hype created by the media to defame this agitation. So it is not affair of Punjab and Haryana. It is at the national level. Now all the states, all the farmers of all the states, they are up over there, and they are equally part of this agitation.
You said that this is not at the national level, but I would like to add, like, what are your views on the international celebrities talking about and tweeting about the farmers' agitation? So kindly please share your views on this.
That was a good thing because when the farmers, like they are the backbone of our country, when they are up against this government, and the government started defaming them, and the media started defaming them, and their issue was highlighted by the celebrities of our country and learned people, doctors, engineers, judges, high court judges, Supreme Court judges, and Supreme Court Bar Association, and slowly it went to social media. And then whole of this scenario that was being sabotaged by the government, and government was defaming them. So all this was picked up by the international personalities and the celebrities, like you know that singer Rihanna and that Greta Thunberg, and these were the personalities, those who picked up the thread, and they started tweeting. Now government and the pro-government people, they are saying that this is a, you can say, done by the opposition. So nobody knows Rihanna. Rihanna is, and people are blaming that Rihanna has got a connection with the Khalistan movement. And I'm really stunned to know about all these statements. Like Rihanna doesn't know anything about India. She just picked up a thread, and out of that humanity, she tweeted it. So I think that is a good thing that it has this agitation has been acclaimed at the international level, and the people, learned people, they are supporting the farmers, and I think now the Indian government must learn its lesson from that whole thing.
We have even heard that the government is calling people like Khalistanis and being funded by the China people. So what are your views on this?
Rather, I'd say it is a childish statement. Why China will be funding, why Pakistan will be funding these people? This is a culture of the Punjabis, especially Sikhs, you can say, that people wherever they are in distress, people wherever they are downtrodden, they start helping them, they start arranging langar, they start arranging food, community kitchen for them. So when the people of their own state, when people of their own family, when they are standing over there in the open, in the hot sun or in the cold winter, and in all those bad conditions and bad weather, now do you think that people of this community, they won't be helping over there? So I think I have gone to that place about 4 times, and every time I took some medicines over there, it was out of my own pocket. Nobody forced me, nobody asked me, nobody persuaded me. So that funding is by their own people from their own pockets, and this community kitchen, this community langar is being since ages together, since the Guru Nanak Dev Ji started this Sikhism. So I don't think so. There is any funding from anyone. Yes, people, they're our own brothers, sisters, our own sons and daughters. They are settled in abroad, and they are sending money to their parents. Do you think this is being funded by some other country? So I don't think so. This is a very childish statement at the part of the Indian government or the BJP people or the people those who are pro-government, that they are defaming this agitation by saying that they are Khalistanis or they are Marxist. Every time when our sons and daughters, they are protecting this country at the border, and when they are dying, and every day, or you can say every month, one or two, three people from this state, Punjab state, they come wrapped in tricolor, serving the country in the defense services. And when we are dying, when our sons and daughters are dying for the country, at that time, they don't say us Khalistanis, they don't say us separatists, they don't say us terrorists. But when we are asking, when we are demanding something, our rights, then we are separatists, then we are terrorists, then we are Khalistanis. I think this is shame on the government. You can say now rather than it's my government, government of my country, that I have to say these harsh words. But I feel not, I can't say government, I think shame on that political party who is running this government, that they are issuing such childish statements, sort of a state of affair about all these things.
So we all have seen about 26th January, this shown us on the social media or the televisions. So what are your views about it? 26th January incident, the Red Fort flag hosting and everything. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, of course, even I do condemn whatever has happened in 26th January. That should not have been there, but it was planned and you can say steered by the government or the people, those who are favoring the BJP government over there. I know few people, those who are from very good family friends, they were there. They said when they were going on one route planned by the farmers leaders and the police, that route was blocked. They opened the alternative route. Once some 500 people, 600, 500 tractors, 600 tractors, they moved to that place. Then they blocked that road, which they had opened earlier, and then they opened the genuine route. So those 500, 600 tractors, trolleys, they were lost. They don't know that someone is following us or not. So this was steered by the government agencies. They deliberately misdirected them by closing the main route and opening our alternative tributary. And once the people went to wrong side, then they blocked the passage and they opened the genuine passage. And those 500, 600 tractors, they moved on that road and they went near Red Fort. There, the people were instigated, people were, you can say, they were steered to go for all those things. And one more thing, I have heard the statements from the very good lawyers, high court lawyers, Supreme Court judges, retired judges, that tricolor was not defamed. It was not touched. It was an separate pole which was away from that tricolor where that flag was hoisted, and moreover they had shown only half of the video. After hoisting the flag of the Sikh flag, in the saffron flag, tricolor was hosted above that. The main tricolor flag was untouched, and one more tricolor flag was hosted above that saffron color flag. I think people should see the full video, one thing. Secondly, as per the lawyers of the Supreme Court and High Court, tricolor was not touched, so there was no defamation of the tricolor. And those people, those who were steered into that hooliganism, they were innocent people. They were lured by the government agencies. Why did they block the main passage, and why did they open an alternative passage that should be probed? I think it was all doctored by the government agencies.
So, do you mean to say that this was everything done by the government itself?
Yeah, when this government, being such a strong government of such a strong democracy and largest democracy of the world, when they are issuing such a childish statements like these people, they are not farmers, these are the terrorists, these are funding by Pakistan, funding by the China. Suppose if they are true to some extent, don't they have that much power that Pakistan is funding and China is funding this agitation and they can't do anything? Then they don't have the right to govern this country. If they're saying that Pakistan and China is interfering in their internal matters and they are the main force behind the agitation, then this government should resign because they are unable to run this country. They are unable to run our government.
Next question, Dr. Maan, can you please tell us exactly what MSP is?
Yeah. People think MSP is the maximum, you can say, price or the price with maximum benefits to the government, to the farmers, sorry. MSP is not a maximum, it is the minimum sale price. The minimum sale price means it has been calculated on certain formula, the cost of the seeds, the cost of the fertilizer, the cost of the insecticides, and the daily wages to be expected from for the family of the farmer, the person who is toiling over there. So depending upon that, a minimal sale price has been calculated. Mind it, this is not the actual profit of the farmer. Minimal sale prices, again I repeat, it is based on the cost of the seed, fertilizer, insecticide, and the hard toil of the farmers. So based on that calculation, it is the minimum sale price. Profit is above that. So the people, those who are making hue and cry and saying that MSP is a wrong thing the government, the farmers are asking, they must know that there is no profit in that MSP. That is the minimal sale price. That is the expenses based on the expenses of the farmers.
So, government has promised that MSP will stay or is still going on. So, why there is so much hue and cry about it?
See, if the government is saying that MSP will stay on, or MSP was there, MSP is there, and will be there, then what's the problem? Why can't they give it in writing? See, you know it very well. I think everybody knows it very well that politicians are not to be believed. And whatever they said, today's statement, like you can see on the social media, two parallel videos will be there. On one video they are saying something else, and then next video they are saying something else. Just by saying something, they are not going to get anything. They can't convince the farmers. They should give in writing. They should make a law on MSP.
Mr. Modi said that the laws are repealing of the laws. He rather suggested that in 1.5 years we could just stay the laws. So what do you think about this?
Ma'am, again I will say that is like politicians are not to be believed, and they don't have that credibility that we must trust them. Today the farmers are up against the government and people are supporting them. There are only very few people, those who are pro-government, pro-BJP, they are issuing these statements against the farmers. Otherwise, I feel 80% of the population of India is pro-farmers. They are supporting them Today we are all like I'm a doctor. I've got a roaring practice, but still I am supporting the farmers. Today we are up against these laws. We are protecting our rights. After 1.5 year, after 3 years of stay put, if they'll go for a stay put or they'll go for a status quo for this laws. Then if they again they will bring these laws, then who are going to stay? Who are going to stand against these laws? This situation is not going to come again and again. This agitation I have seen, I think I've seen first time in my lifetime such a huge agitation where everybody is there without any selfish motive. People are mm, like the best thing I've seen about this agitation is the brotherhood has increased. There's no Hindu Sikh issue. There's no Hindu Muslim issue. There's no Sikh Muslim issue. And one day I was saying, the government is just like a mother to this nation. The government is there to bring us up. The, if we are fighting as a Hindu Sikh or a Hindu Muslim, or we are fighting on the based on the religion, caste, creed, it should be government who should take care of the situation. Now it is other ways round. The government is trying to inflict the casteism or the religion-based politics, and the people are fighting against it. I think that clear message should go to the Mr. Modi and the government of India that people they have no difference in them. So rather than their love and affection has increased. People in Haryana and Punjab, you must go and see there over in the agitation. And I think there is no difference based on caste, creed, or religion. So I feel this government should get a message about that. At least one good thing this agitation has brought about is that it has removed all the differences based on caste, creed, and religion.
Just one question. Like the youth is very much connected with this thing, farmers' agitation. The youth is coming forward and taking steps for the farmers' protection. So, what do you think? Like this youth, which is connected now, this they will go ahead and be staying together always. Sometimes, if in case the situation arises again, any kind of situation, so this youth will not get separated. They will all stay connected all through the life.
Yeah, I think first of all, I would like to thank all the young people and the youth of our country that they are supporting this farmers' education agitation. The farmers' agitation was started by the elderly people, the people who knew about this thing is going to happen, and government is going to cause this damage to the to our profession, the farmers' profession, but the youth and the young people they have supported like anything. So I don't think so there is any difference between the elderly or leadership and the young brigade. The youth they are very much with the farmers, and the differences is being created on the social media. There are few people, those who are creating differences between Deep Sidhu, Lakhas Dana on one side and the leadership on the other side. I don't think so there is any differences between them. They are like our own family. The young people, the youth, they are like our kids. They are like our brothers, sons and daughters. So they have got the real power. It can steer the government to any side. And I don't think so there is any difference. And nothing is gonna, if this agitation will go for a longer period, I think it started in October, end of October, and now 5 6 months have already elapsed, and we started this agitation in Delhi in October, but otherwise in Punjab it was going since long time. So there is no difference between youth and the senior leadership.
So, Dr. Ma, in what direction this agitation is going on? Is it fading or still it's full of swings?
Yeah, this question has been asked to me so many times. I see. I'll just tell you one story. Yeah? If you are trying to beat a person who is very weak or who can't say anything to you, And if that person is hell-bent and stubborn, though he is being beaten up, but he again, every time he faces, he comes in front of you, and after a certain time, you get fed up and you start saying, oh, please go away. The same way, the leaders, the farmers, the senior citizens, the youth, and everyone who has been beaten up by the police, who has been sent to the jail, when they come back from the jail, when they recover from their injuries, again they go and stand in that agitation and they say, we are still here, come and beat me, come and kill me. I don't think so. When not even a single person has said till today that I have done a folly in my life, it was a big blunder on my part, it was by mistake that I have come to this agitation. Not even one person has repented till now. So the people, those who have been beaten up, those who were put into the jail, again they have come and they are standing in the agitation with full flying colors. So I think when people are not terrorized, when people they don't have any problem, so you can't beat them. So this agitation is not going to fade out. This is with in full swing, and I have some few days back there was a very big congregation at Barnala, where I think it was more than 2.5 lakh people were there, and there I learnt that people they have divided their duties. The half of the population of the one village, when they'll be going over there in Delhi, the other half of the population they'll be taking care of their work, and it will be vice versa. So I don't think so. This is going to fade out.
So every day in Delhi, lots of people, lots of our people are losing their lives. So what do you think about it? The government is not even uttering a single word. Do you think they have lost all the humanity?
They are inhuman people. I don't think so. See, if you take their past history of the Godra Kand and the Babri Masjid thing and all those things, and we are not. See, I think in Delhi, when the Shaheen Bagh controversy was going on, people from the BJP, they went and started doing riots over there. And ultimately, they sabotaged the whole scenario. Here also, the BJP people, supporters, they came and they started throwing stones. They burnt the tents and they beat up the old people and even the ladies, and they destroyed the community kitchens. They've done everything. And moreover, the BJP supporters wearing the uniform of the police without any badges. They didn't have the nameplate. They had only a uniform with the stars, and they were beating the farmers, old farmers, 80 years old, 70 years old farmers in Delhi. They were beaten up by the police. But when closely viewed, they were not the police. They were the BJP supporters, but police was there with them. So Delhi police helped the BJP goons to wear the uniform and then beat up the farmers. So this is being done. They are very inhuman people. I request to the international level community that please you put pressure on this government. This is a very inhuman government.
So thank you so much, Dr. Man, for taking time for Kirti Lok TV. So we had with us Dr. G.S. Man from Apex Hospital, Rampura Phul. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out the valuable time. I, Bani Kaur, with cameraman Sukhdev Singh. Thank you so much.